Hello beautiful people and welcome back to Top Notes by A. Today I'm sharing my February fragrance tray. Valentine's Day is around the corner, so what fragrances are we going to be using? It's still winter, it's not fall, it's still winter, it's still cold, but it's also Valentine's, Valentine's month. Valentine's is about 2 weeks away, and so I'm gonna put up my fragrance tray, but these are not the only fragrances that I'll be wearing for the whole month of February, but these are the fragrances that I will be concentrating more on for the month of February. If you guys are interested to find out my February fragrance tray, then stay tuned. The first fragrance that is going to go on the tray is from Van Cleef & Arpels, and this is Orchidee Vinyl. So I got this a few months ago. I did a haul. I'm not sure if I have posted that video yet. This is one of the best vanilla fragrances that I have in my collection, with the exception of Serge Lutens. So it's cold, I want something gourmand, I want something, vanillic for the cold weather, and also something that it's sexy, and I'm gonna go with Orchidee Vinyl. So it's gonna go on the tray. The next fragrance is also a fragrance haul that I did from fragrance.net, and this is called Tenue de Soirée, and this is from Goutal. Very beautiful fragrance, and I want to show it more love. I want to concentrate on it and use it more, so it's going to go on the tray for the month of February. And then I love the puff. I think it's appropriate for the lovers month. Yeah, very girly, so it's going to go on the tray. The next fragrance is another gourmand fragrance, and this is Lyra. Everybody knows Lyra. Very sweet, vanillic fragrance. So yeah, I'm gonna use Lyra for the month of February, and Lyra is gonna go on the tray. Guys, so I have Lyra that went on the tray already. I also have Tenue de Soirée from Goutal. That is also on the tray for the month of February. And of course I have Orchidee Vinyl that I'm going to be using for the month of February. So let me bring them up so you can see. I have the Ladder 22 Oris hand cream. I reviewed the fragrance that goes with this, and I'm going to be using this also for the month of February. So it's also going to go on the tray. Yeah, it's a hand lotion, it's part of a fragrance. So yeah, my hands are a little bit ashy, so let's put on a little lotion. Moving on, guys, the next fragrance, I just finished talking about it. It was on the fragrances that I wore for the month of January, and fragrances that I took to Ghana. So this is the only full bottle fragrance that I took to Ghana. I used it twice. I used it for a wedding and also on my trip back to the States. I'm still gonna add it to the February tray because I want something sexy but not uber sexy, and this is sexy enough, it's bold enough, it's long lasting, and since I only wore it twice and it's new to my collection, I want to show this fragrance more love, so it's gonna go on my February tray. It's very sexy, very sexy. I move on. Another fragrance that I'm going to use, and I haven't used this in almost a year if I'm not mistaken, and I want to try it out. I love this fragrance. It was one of the first gourmand leaning fragrances that I got in my collection when I first started truly collecting fragrances. So it's one of my, Tiziana Terenzi fragrances, one of the fragrances that made me fall in love with the house of Tiziana Terenzi. So yeah, Al Contrario is gonna go on the fragrance tray for the month of February. Another fragrance that I'm gonna add to the February tray is from Mauresque, and this is called Lady Tuberose. The name says it all. Gummy tuberose. Love everything about this fragrance, Lady Tuberose. So I'm gonna add it to the February fragrance tray. I move on. Next fragrance is another Tiziana Terenzi fragrance. It will not be a winter fragrance tray without a Tiziana Terenzi fragrance going on. So I think I have two Tiziana Terenzi fragrances, and this is Keke or Kek, however you pronounce it. This is gonna go on the tray. Very long lasting, beast mode, performs very well, so it's gonna go on the tray. Very appropriate for cold weather, but then again you can use Keke or Kek all weather. I move on. Another fragrance that I'm gonna add is also new to my collection, and this is Parade La Femme. So I want to show this fragrance some love. I want to use it more. I want to concentrate on it more so I get to know the fragrance very well. So I'm going to add Parade La Femme, which is really new to my collection. I did a haul. I'm not sure if I have posted it yet, but there is a huge haul that I did from fragrance.net. I hope I posted before I post the February fragrance tray, but if not, know that it's part of a huge haul and I want to show it some more love, so it's going to go on the tray. The last fragrance that I'm going to put on my February fragrance tray is from Maison Youssef, and this is called Bad Influence. I just finished reviewing the house of Maison Youssef. Even though this doesn't have a name, watch my video from Maison Youssef and you will find out the reason why I don't have the label on the fragrance bottle, but then know that this is Bad Influence. I want something fresh, I want something citrusy, and that will also perform very well in the cold weather, and I feel like Bad Influence will perform very, very well in the cold weather. So even though it's a fresh bergamot citrusy smelling fragrance, I think it would do very well for the month of February. So I'm gonna add it to the tray and then tell you. I know the performance of this already, but then I can honestly tell you that it performed very well during the cold weather. I move on. Influence is not the last fragrance. I actually want to add Casablanca from Swiss Arabian. I got this also right before I left for Ghana, and I used it a couple of times. Love the fragrance, but then again, because I was going to Ghana, or I was in Ghana, I didn't show it much love. So I'm gonna add this Casablanca, you know, caramel smelling fragrance to the collection. Valentine's Day, we want something sweet, we want something sexy. I cannot wait to mix this with Lyra to give me some vanilla caramel goodness of a fragrance. So Casablanca by Swiss Arabian is also going to go on the February. This is my fragrance tray for the month of February. I do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 fragrances and 1 hand lotion that I also want to try out. So yeah, I have 10 fragrances for the month of February. I will also be trying out new fragrances from my collection. I will also be trying out some fragrances that I want to try out that are not here yet, but they will be coming to my collection for the month of February. So that's why I only went with 10 fragrances for the month, because these are not the only fragrances that I'll be focusing on. These are not the only fragrances that I'll be wearing for the month of February, but these are the 10 fragrances that I will be focusing on and wearing more of for the month of February. I move on. So guys, if you have watched this to the end and you like what you see and you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Also leave me comment in the comment section and thumbs up the video. And until I see you on another video, stay blessed, smell fabulous, and bye for now.